Okay.
Having fun?
Yes.
Who do we like? Do we like anybody more than anybody else?
I like the one who can
In the box.
get 270 electoral votes and sign the bills that Mitch McConnell and Boehner will send him. And I want him to be sufficiently housebroken that he doesn't come and have ideas and decide he wants to do things.
I actually wrote this on a blog or two yesterday that if it ends up being Romney, he should be worried about a primary challenge 4 years from now on day one.
Anyone should be aware that that's an option. I do think that the discipline will come first from the House and the Senate, and secondarily from the threat of a primary. We saw that Bush collapsed because he broke faith on taxes. Bush 41.
Yeah.
Bush 43, we didn't know we had permission to primary him, or that there was an interest in being unhappy with how he was going on spending, or even the foreign policy questions. They were illegitimate questions. You're not allowed to ask these things. Next time out, a president who spends too much could well be primaried on that alone, successfully. Now, we would be helped, I think, by a House and Senate, which is also available to be primaried if they don't move in the right direction. And they will guide a Republican president by giving him options. Can you hold this? Thanks. Look, somebody says, well, Gingrich wants to spend money and put people on the moon, or Romney X, or Santorum really secretly still likes earmarks. Boehner and Mitch McConnell are not going to give a Republican president the opportunity to make those kind of mistakes. So whatever secret flaw you see in each of these candidates, they can invade Canada, okay. But apart from on domestic policy, they're not going to have the option of moving in the wrong direction with a Republican House or Senate going, okay. They couldn't raise taxes. They couldn't come up with some stupid new spending program. The Republicans are not used to managing from the House and Senate the government, whereas Democrats for 40 years were. And when the Republicans did manage Clinton, sort of, for 6 years, they thought of that as opposition. Bush comes in, they go, okay, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
And you go, what was that all about? Bush says, we're going to have No Child Left Behind, federal management of a lot of education. No Republican in the House or Senate was for that until they were told, well, I put it in a speech, so you have to do it. They said, okay. And Boehner worked it through the House, okay? I don't think either Boehner or Mitch McConnell or their caucuses have any interest in getting ideas from a new president. I think as you look at the next 10 years, the chances that the Republicans have the House and Senate for the next decade is much higher than that they don't. Because we own the House and we redistricted largely, and it's going to be very difficult for that to be undone. And in the Senate, the redistricting was done when they drew the states. And you have all these square states out west with 3 people living in them, and 2 are Republican senators and one's a Republican congressman. If we just owned the Senate seats of the seats that Bush won when he limped across the finish line in 2000, 2004, not landslide, not Reagan, limped across the finish line. He carried 30, 32 states, right? We should be owning those Senate seats. And if we did, then you'd govern from the Senate and the House well. Every once in a while you get the presidency, make progress. Don't have the presidency, play defense, and we undo the Great Society, New Deal, statism, the same way the D's did. We just have to hold on to the House and Senate and learn to play team ball.
Now, would you be for Santorum if he came out for reviving manufacturing by building a really big bathtub factory?
No big bathtubs, teeny bathtubs. John Stossel gave me a little teeny bathtub that I have on my desk. He told me that he got it in a dollhouse.
Right.
He brought the whole dollhouse to get the bathtub. So somewhere he said, this is dollhouse my kids can have if they want it, but I have the bathtub on my desk. And it's very small. It won't fit most of the government right now, so the government's going to have to move.